Hello and welcome to Property Profits Real Estate Business Building, where we help you grow a real estate business, not just a portfolio. My name is Gord Lemon, and today we are going to talk about 3 ways to save money on repairs on your tenanted properties. Now, as real estate entrepreneurs, it's important to maximize your cash flow and limit your expenses. This is obvious. It's one thing to say you're getting, say, $1,000 monthly cash flow, but if you're spending it all on maintenance and repairs, what are you actually making? Alternatively, if you don't take care of these repairs and neglect them, you open yourself up to late rent, no rent, complaints, potential damage, vacancies, and evictions. So where's the balance here? One of the things that real estate entrepreneurs despise is getting calls from tenants that some insignificant thing in the unit needs fixing. Things from plugged up toilets, drippy taps, to even burned out light bulbs. Now, as a smart real estate entrepreneur, you would already have a system in place in order to cater to these situations. However, there are ways to be able to alleviate these types of calls and have the tenant want to be responsible for the small insignificant repairs and never bother you with them, thus keeping your maintenance very low, even sometimes to zero. So as real estate entrepreneurs, we want to get out of the repair business. So we implement a couple of easy strategies. First one, make sure you have a repair request sheet, and in fact give them a stack of them when they move in, or give them a Word template for them to fill out, sign, and scan to you. This forces them to go through the trouble of writing down the description of the repair, and you have a timestamp and signature. As real estate entrepreneurs, we want to get to these requests in good time. Why? Because the number one reason that tenants move out is because the landlord doesn't take care of repairs on time and as requested. You can even make a deal with your tenants that if you don't do the repairs within 1 week of receiving that repair request, you will actually refund that tenant the daily amount of their rent up until the time that repair is completed. Now, isn't that a fair deal for the tenant? Then that gives you lots of respect in the eyes of the tenant, right? So just make sure you get to those repairs right away. Next, you want tenants who are what we call interdependent. Now that is tenants who don't call you for the little stuff and will take it upon themselves to fix their toilets, change the tap washers, change the light bulbs, cut the lawn, and even shovel the sidewalk. Now tenants like this are not born, no siree. Most are actually very dependent. Those are the ones who will call you for everything. And then there's some that are actually too independent. They'll take it upon themselves to do things without your permission or knowledge. So you must create this desire in the tenant to actually want to become interdependent. Now, how do you do that? Well, of course, money talks. Also, so does praise. People are incentivized by money, but they will also go to the ends of the earth to be praised before their family and friends. And so this next suggestion is best utilized when you've actually established a relationship with the tenant, understanding their capabilities, and as any good landlord, you or a trusted person must make every legal visit to the property that the Provincial Tenant Act allows you. That's just smart business. So for instance, you can make a deal with your tenants that if they take on the small repairs and do them properly, you'll actually give them some money at the end of the year. You have to be cognizant of who you're offering this to, and perhaps you need some history with that tenant before offering this. It's important that you inspect the unit on a regular basis, like I mentioned, and you can easily create this protocol with your tenants through pictures. In our electronic world, that's much easier to do these days. The next strategy may sound a bit out in left field, but here it is. We sell our appliances to the tenants when they move in. That's right. And when they move out, just as long as those appliances are kept in clean and great working order, I'll actually buy them back from the tenant for a bit more than they paid for them. This obviously is dependent on the length of their stay, and you can make this a graduated scale. So why would we do this? Let me ask you a question. Who's going to fix the appliance when it breaks down during the time of their stay? Well, obviously they are, since they are the owners of the appliance. But in order for them to actually get their investment back, plus they'll actually keep them in good working order because they want to get the most money at the end of their stay. So it's an investment for them and a great deal for you, because you don't have to worry about replacing or fixing a broken appliance. So that's all the time we have for now. Implement these 3 strategies and you will have very few repair issues, and perhaps you may even bring your maintenance costs down to 0. So lots more tips and strategies at CanadianREJVClub.com or propertyprofits.ca. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.